Welcome to the ordinary meeting, November, Muswellbrook Council. First item on the agenda is item 2 is acknowledgement of country. Councillor Hartley will read the acknowledgement of country today.
Council would like to respectively acknowledge the local Aboriginal people who are the traditional owners and custodians.
Almighty God, from whom comes every good and perfect gift, we give you thanks for the blessings you bestow upon us in this Shire. Grant to those who hold office in this council the spirit of justice and truth, the wisdom and charity, that mindful of our responsibility and of the needs of those we serve, we may promote the true welfare of your people, exercise wisely and faithfully the authority committed to us, and advance the common good. Through Jesus Christ our Lord. Amen.
All those present need to be aware that the meeting will be recorded also. Any apologies for leave of absence? No surprise there as well. You. Item 5 is confirmation of minutes. Someone want to move that way?
I'd take a note of that one, Mr. Mayor. It's just a question.
First of all, we need a second to that motion. We move and a seconder. Councillor Morris.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I just noticed on point 9.1, disclosure of interest, Councillor Marshall left the room, but then it's noted that he's voted in favour of the motion in minutes.
Okay. Thanks, Councillor. Thank you. So I'll put that motion. All those in favour, raise your right hand. Those against, declare that unanimous. Any disclosures of pecuniary or non-pecuniary interest? I'll start on my left. Councillor Douglas.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. 10.4.2, page 388, council branch funding. I'm declaring a non-pecuniary interest in the fact that I'm the volunteer who runs Christmas appeal, that it's fine for this.
Thanks. Councillor Sculls.
No.
Councillor Bailey. Councillor Mahoney.
Yes, Mr. Mayor, I have one month. Item number 10.1.3, monthly report to Council Planning, Environment and Regulatory Service. Item DA 20249.1. I and my wife own this property.
Thank you. Councillor Hartley. Councillor McNeil. Councillor Barry.
Yes, Mr. Mayor, 10.1.1, the local government boundary adjustment for Bayswater Power Station. I'm an employee of AGL and I work at Bayswater Power Station.
No. Councillor Marshall. No.
Thank you. 10.4.2, council grant funding and community engagement. One of the options is Glen, Paraffin, Food and Fifield. Obviously, General Manager Glen and Paraffin. And 10.4.3 for the Hunter Regional Conservatorium. I'm on the board for the Conservatorium.
Councillor Dunn. Councillor Ward. That's all the disclosures of any interest. Mayoral minutes, indulgence if I can. I do want to recognise and send condolences on behalf of councillors and council to former councillors, the former councillor's family, Richard Shudd, known as Dick, who served as a councillor on Muswellbrook Council. So my condolences, along with those of councillors and council, go to Mr. Shudd's family and friends. We have no public participation and no business arising from the previous meetings. We'll move straight into business. Planning and environment. This is the local government boundary adjustment Bayswater Power Station. You have the motion from council officers in front of you. Someone want to move that way? Councillor Marshall. There'll be a seconder.
I'll second.
Councillor Scholes. Any discussion? There's no discussion. I'll put that motion. All those in favour? Any against? Declare that unanimous. 10.1.
Yes, Barry.
10.1.2 road naming proposal for the Denman Rec area. Again, you have a resolution in front of you, a motion in front of you to name that road Watkin Wing Way, which I think is quite appropriate. We someone want to move that way? Move Councillor Barry, seconded Councillor Ward. Any discussion? If no discussion, I'll put that motion. All those in favour? Any against? Thank you. Just think I'll here because we're going to read each resolution. 10.1.3, it's a monthly report to council. The information, certainly the information in this report contained in the report be noted, just purely for noting. Someone to move that way? Councillor Douglas, Councillor Hartley. Any discussion? Councillor Scholes.
The only thing is, as in the briefing, I have just clarification points. As discussed with the general manager, I'll put those in writing. I'm not sure how that then gets communicated to the public. Can they actually be attached, replies that be attached, or in some public format?
If councils require that, we could say.
Well, just I'm asking the question. It's either I ask all the questions in open council, which is going to take, and all of them are mates of them, just clarification. They're not that critical,
Yes.
but I still think that the actual answers public should know.
Thanks. Thank you. Councillor Scholes, the advice is that all council will receive a response to the questions that are asked.
Yeah.
And councillors can.
Fair enough.
Thanks very much.
Any further discussion or questions? The 10.1.3, I'll put that. All those in favour? Any against? Declare that unanimous. Ten point 2.1 guideline for the installation and management of public gates, which are stop grids for adoption. The resolution reads: Item 1 adopts the guideline for installation and management of public gates, stop grids as amended and attached to the report. And 2 approves the waiving of the first inspection fee nominated in council's fees and charges for 2024-25 for the inspections undertaken to determine the condition of each public gate in 2024. Have I got someone to move that way? Councillor McNeil and Councillor Secretary, Councillor Morris. Any discussion? No questions? I'll put that. All those in favour? Any against? Declare that unanimous. 10.2.2 General Building Renewal Program reads that council approves the 2024-2025 General Building Renewal Program as provided in the report. I have someone to move that way. Councillor Marshall, seconded Councillor Scholes. Any discussion? Any comments? If that's the case, I'll put that. All those in favour? Any against? Declare that carried. 10.2.3 General Recreation Program 2024-25, including small and large capital grants. The resolution reads: 1 approves the General Recreation Program 2024-2025 as described in the report, and 2 supports advertising the sport and recreation small and large capital grants through December 2024 and January 2025 Have I had someone that wanted to move that way? Councillor Douglas. We a seconder. Councillor Bailey. Any discussion? Questions? All those in favour? Any against? I declare that unanimous. 10.2.4, legal permanent road closure for Yarraman Road. The resolution reads that council authorises the commencement of the proposed road closure of part of Yarraman Road, including 1, publishing a notice in the local newspaper and on council's website seeking public submissions, 2, notifying all adjoining landowners, and 3, notifying all utilities authorities which may have assets affected by the closure. And we, councillor, want to move that way. Councillor Marshall, Councillor Morris. Any discussion? I'll put that. All those in favour, raise your hand. Any against? 1 against. That's the voting. Thank you. I declare it carried. With Councillor Bailey opposing. 10.2.5. POGO. POGO additional services. I think it'll be up on the screen. Is that right? POGO additional services. That 1 provides an upsized 240 litre red bin to any residential premises on request with no upfront one-off bin exchange fee. 2, endorses maintaining the current fee structure for domestic waste management charges for 2024-2025, including the fees for additional services and the mechanisms for applying for a financial hardship subsidy. And 3, will review the domestic waste management charges for 2025-2026 budget, including the cost for the 240 litre red lid bin exchange fee and recovery of these costs through the annual charges over time. And 4, that approves the provision of an additional red bin pickup service within the waste collection zone over the Christmas New Year period, which will result in a weekly pickup service over consecutive weeks for each property. Someone want to move that way? Councillor Douglas. Councillor Douglas. Councillor, someone want to second it? Councillor Mahajan. Councillor Douglas, Councillor Mahajan. Any discussion?
Yeah, Mr. Mayor, I'd like to move some additional amendments. One being any additional charges associated with additional waste services will only impact those who receive the additional waste service. Prior to council making any changes to our waste services, the changes are to be outlined and publicly exhibited for a period of 28 days for community comment. And a further report to be submitted to council for consideration of submissions received during the exhibition period.
We have a motion in front of us. Councillor Douglas, do you accept that? But first of all, yeah, sorry, do we have a second of the amendment?
Yeah.
Shirley's currently. Very.
Yeah.
Oh.
Any of these
Councillor McNeil, if I can, your amendment there was to add to, it wasn't a new money, it was to add to the first 4 points.
correct. What the purpose for this amendment?
I have to wait to be asked to speak for it.
Yeah.
We don't speak at all for it yet until we know whether it gets up or not. If it doesn't get up.
Yeah.
It fails. Is everyone comfortable? They can see what was added by councillor McNeil, 5 and 6. Okay, if that's the case, we have a mover, councillor McNeil, of course, a seconder, councillor Marshall. So what we're putting now is what you can see on the screen, 1 through to 6, including the amendment. So I'll put that. All those in favour? I'm putting that motion at the moment. We have to have it accepted before we can debate it.
Yep.
So I'm putting that. Are you comfortable with that, councillor McNeil? You're
Yep.
comfortable with that's what you said?
Yep.
Right, I'll put that then. So this is the amendment we're putting. Usually, all those in favour? Oops, you got that noted. All those against? The amendment fails. Now move back to the original motion that had 1 through to 4. Through to 4. So we've had a mover and a seconder, councillor Douglas and councillor Harjan. Councillor Douglas, would you, is there any discussion? Councillor Douglas, would you like to speak to the motion?
Mr. Mayor, I think that this has been one of the topics that has gone around and around for so many meetings, and it's been something that has caused concern in the community. I applaud the opportunity to be able to support our community over Christmas, and I think that this actually gives an opportunity that we haven't been able to give before.
Speak against the motion then?
Yeah, I'll speak.
Against the motion.
Without the amendment, Mr. Mayor, I can't support the motion. Primarily, point 4 or point 5 that I've put was just clarifying what's already in the report, and that the cost will be incurred by those taking up the additional services. But without, I agree that there's
Sorry, councillor, did you say your amendment, all it done was just agreed with the earlier point in that clause?
That's right.
Okay, thanks.
The additional 2 points of the amendment was to seek public comment. To me, it is a major change. It's incumbent on all councillors, as you would know from your councillor obligations under the Act, to consult the community, engage the community with major change, or when there's a significant financial impact. We don't know the financial impact of this because we don't know the uptake. We don't know the long-term impact on landfill. We don't know the long-term impact to our aim to reach net zero. So without the community consultation, I think we're not being consistent with our obligations under the Act.
Councillor Maharjan, would you like to speak?
No.
Anyone else want to speak in support of the motion?
I'll speak. I think we need to move forward. I don't think in any way does the motion negate community being able to reduce the fee vote or in any way reduces our communication with the community. It's just basically here's an option to get us through the Christmas period, get us going forward with regards to the bin size being available, large bin size being available for all. Let's move forward. Community will let us know where we are with regards to this, whether we're starting to get close to what they see as the right thing. I don't think we need to go through another consultation process to address this.
Anyone else want to speak against the motion? So I'll make some comments just before I put the motion. I'm certainly quite comfortable that we couldn't possibly do any more talking to the community about it. The community have spoken to me more often than I'd care to imagine, sometimes how I wouldn't care to imagine they speak to me, and how often they wouldn't, and how they sometimes address me. It is an issue that's been flogged to death. I'm confident that this is a decision of the community. It's not a decision of council, although we might be the ones putting our hands up or not putting our hands up. My view is that it is a community decision. I'm actually quite proud that this council, if it does move that way, that we can support the community over the Christmas period. It all is I don't think if anyone in the room would disagree, it's a time of year when we produce more waste of all types. So I'm quite proud certainly that this council is able to do that. I see that as the council's job to support the community, and I see it's our job to listen to the community, as we will have to do in 6 months' time when the fees and charges come back out again, and we put them out for public exhibition, and everyone in the community gets to comment on what those fees and charges will be. That's not just for waste; that's for everything. We go through a community consultation process in June, so obviously to set the fees, as we say here, to set the fees for next year. So I'm certainly comfortable with the motion that's on the board. No doubt I speak to the motion, and certainly commend this council on any decision they might make. No further talk. I'll put, so we're talking about council one before.
Do I have a right of reply?
No, you don't. I put that motion. All those in favour? Any against? The discussion, Councillor McNeil, formally finished, so just the chair making some final comments.
I thought I had the right of reply to
No, you
Councillor
don't.
Drake. Councillor Scott.
10.2.6. Council Chambers concept design. The council endorses the proposed concept design attached to this report and approves progressing detailed design. If I have someone wants to move that by Councillor Neil, Councillor Hartley will second it. Any discussion? Yeah, I'm looking at you for a reason.
Okay. I'll accept it as long as it's not final. I do have some issues with regard to some of the things, particularly like things like the dome and the arch. I don't think it's going to impact on budget. I don't think we worry about it. I would like the room to be as light and breezy as possible, not dark and dim, if we can avoid that as well. But as this is a work in progress, I'll keep my powder dry until we get closer to the finish line.
Thanks, Councillor Scholes. Anyone else wish to speak to or against the motion? That's the case. No further. I'll put that motion. All those in favour? Any against? Declare that unanimous. 10.2.7 draft Karula Park master plan. That the position put is council adopts the Karula Park master plan attached to the report. Have I someone want to move that way? Councillor Barry. Someone want to second it? Councillor Marshall. Any discussion? Any questions? That's the case. I'll put that motion. All those in favour? Any against? Declare that carried unanimously. 10.2.8 Denman to Sandy Hollow pipeline. That the motion reads: Council 1 notes the information in the report that following construction of the Denman to Sandy Hollow pipeline and Denman water treatment plant upgrade, the estimated typical residential bill will increase an estimated range of 3.14% to 5.8% from the 2024-2025 typical residential bill. And number 2, approves advising Infrastructure New South Wales that subject to final approval and any other requirements of the funding body, council intends to proceed with the detailed design and construction of the Denman Sandy Hollow water pipeline and the Denman water treatment plant upgrade by calling tenders. Someone want to move that way? I better take Councillor Marshall. Someone want to second it? Councillor Douglas. Any questions?
Too slow, mate.
Any questions?
No, I just like to talk to it and that's all for it.
Yep. You can speak.
I believe that this water pipeline is a very important piece of structure to get to Sandy Hollow. One, for the water of Sandy Hollow, and to promote the further industries that it may progress along. I realise that we've lost the chance of the feedlot and the abattoirs, but I feel sure that someone else will come along on board.
Anyone else want to speak to the motion?
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Mayor. I'd just like to support Councillor Marshall's words that we can't have development without water. Critical infrastructure. It's more expensive than we'd like, but I think it's a necessary step for us.
Anyone else want to speak to or against or two? Didn't think I'd have anyone against. Councillor Barry.
Due to the current condition of Sandy Hollow's water, Denman's water treatment system, money needs to be spent. They need upgrading. Let's get this pipeline in. It's a significant outlay, but for our communities, it is only going to benefit every single person out along that pipeline. And if we can attract further industry along the way, fantastic. Bring it on.
Agreed.
Anyone else wish to speak? If they don't, then we'll move in a second. I'll put that. All those in favour? Any against? Declare that unanimous. Thanks, councillors. I agree with the sentiments of all councillors that spoken. I think it's a very important bit of infrastructure, as much as it is, the route that it will take and the advantages people along that route might be able to take. Example industry, and certainly is good vision from this council in progressing both Sandy Hollow itself and further industry along that route. So thanks very much for the support. 10.2.9 major projects. It's just for noting, council notes the information contained in the report. Have someone want to move that way? Councillor Marshall, Councillor Bailey. Any discussion? Councillor Sculls.
Similar to the previous thing I mentioned with the planning environmental report, I have about 18 clarifications and different things, but none of them particularly earth shattering. But I'll indicate it to you and I'll give them to him in writing and they can be replied back at full council.
Thank you, Councillor Sculls. We might book the Weedman room for you for a week. We'll just shuffle the staff in and out of your room as they bring the weed. No further comments? If there's no further comments, I'll put that. All those in favour? Against? Declare that unanimous. Corporate services, 10.3. It's just about the end of year closure for our staff. That council approved the closure of council's administration centre, depots, water and wastewater facilities as follows. Friday, the 6th of December 2024, staff end of year function. 12 noon Tuesday, 24th of December 2024 to 7 a.m. Thursday, the 2nd of January 2025, Christmas New Year closure period. Next is the waste operations as detailed in the report, and Muswellbrook and Denman Aquatic Centres, Muswellbrook Library and Muswellbrook Regional Arts Centre as detailed in the report. Have someone want to move that way? Councillor Morris, Councillor Ward. Any discussion? There's no discussion. I'll put that. All those in favour? Any against? Declare that unanimous. Thank you very much, councillors. 10.3.2. Oh, here we go. We'll get through these. They are an election to council committees. Of course, they're important. Obviously, it's the basis of all the work we do. The councillors effectively get their hands dirty and get involved in all the decision-making process. So for our committee, so we'll just start and work through them as they're presented to you in your paper. Now, committee one is a community and economy committee. I might add, just for the public in particular, I might add that this is an amalgamation of a number of committees. It's a little bit of a reform in relation to committees of council, whereas we have a lot of councillors all over the place and sometimes doubling up with committees they might be on. We put a few committees together so to certainly make it a lot easier for both councillors and staff, and particularly for people when councillors have, we ask people to come in and give us presentations. It's good to be able to have all that done at once. So We'll move on to the committees. You'll see, so I'll read committee number 1 is Community and Economy Committee. Currently, the nominees are Councillor Barry, Councillor Douglas, myself, Councillor Marshall and Councillor Morris. First of all, I ask, do those councillors still want to commit to that committee? Thank you. Is there any other councillors? Councillor Dunn? There is no limit to this committee in numbers on it. Councillor Dunn? We'll what about the report together? Yeah, okay. First of all, we'll vote on the committee. If everyone's comfortable with those nominees, I'll put that. All those in favour? Any against? That's your committee. We next need, for the first few committees, we next need to nominate a chair and a deputy chair. So I call on the people you can only nominate if you're on that committee, of course. So I nominate, or the call on, you can nominate yourself or someone else can nominate you. I call on nominees for the chair of that meeting.
I can nominate, I'm not on the committee, I nominate Councillor Douglas for the chair.
Okay. Is there any other nominations for the chair of that committee? Thank you very much. Councillor Douglas is it. There is no other nominations. There's no need to vote. Deputy chair. Nomination for deputy chair of that committee. Councillor Dunn, do you accept that nomination? Yes, Councillor Dunn's accepted that nomination. Is there any other nominations? No need to vote. Thank you very much. To the chair and deputy chair with Councillor Douglas and Councillor Dunn. Committee 2, Finance and Governance. I'll read out the current councillors nominated. Councillor Barry, myself, Councillor Dunn, Councillor Hartley, Mahajan, Marshall, Morris, Scholes and Ward. Do all those accept the nomination for, first of all?
No, you can delete them.
Councillor Ward, you don't. Finance and Governance, okay. Councillor Ward is
Off. I'll go off there.
okay. Councillor
I
Marshall.
don't understand it enough.
Okay.
I'll be the same there.
Off.
Off, please.
Okay. So we currently have then, if that's the case, Councillors Barry, myself, Dunn, Mahajan, Morris, and Scholes. All those councillors accept.
Yep.
No discussion. I'm going to put that to all those in favour. Any against? They're the councillors. We do need a chair as well.
Put Councillor Scholes chair.
Councillor Scholes for chair. Is there any other nominations for chair of the Finance and Governance Committee? Councillor Scholes, thank you very much for accepting that. Now we need a nomination for deputy chair.
Councillor.
Councillor Mahajan is nominated. Councillor Mahajan accepts. He just saw sitting on his head.
Yeah.
Is there any other nominations for deputy chair? Thanks, councillors. Councillor Mahajan is deputy chair. Thank you very much. Committee 3, Future Fund Committee. Again, we'll read through them. Bailey, Barry, Douglas, myself, Dunn, Hartley, McNeil, Mahajan, Marshall, Morris, Scholes and Ward. Do all those councillors accept their nomination on the Future Fund?
I do.
Is there any further councillors want to nominate? They can't be because they're all there.
All.
If someone nominates another councillor, we're in trouble. Okay, well, in that case, we don't need to vote. And I call for nominations. This is a Future Fund nominations for the chair of that
I'd
committee.
like to nominate Councillor
Scholes,
Scholes.
I'd like to nominate Councillor Max.
okay.
Deputy.
Yeah, Councillor Scholes, do you accept?
Yes.
Councillor Morris?
The chair.
Yeah.
Chair? No.
No.
Okay. Is there any other nominations for the chair of the Future Fund Committee? Councillor Scholes, thank you. Nomination for the deputy chair.
I nominate Max.
Max.
Councillor Marshall.
Councillor Morris?
Yes.
Yes. Any further nominations? Thank you, Councillor Morris.
Interest.
Yeah, this one will do.
You.
Committee 4,
Right.
Infrastructure and Property Committee. Incorporates, you'll see there that again, it's an incorporated committee. So councillors Bailey, myself, Dunn, Hartley, Marshall, Morris, Scholes and Ward are nominated for Infrastructure and Property. Do those councillors accept that nomination? Yes. Any further nominations for that committee? There's 8 councillors on it, no further nominations, okay. We'll put that, all those in favour? Against, that's the committee. I'll then call on nominations for the chair, that committee. Nominations for the chair,
Yes,
You want it?
I'd like to nominate councillor Bale.
you accept councillor Bowden?
That's okay, was getting nominated.
I'll let councillor
There
Bowden.
you
I'm on the
go.
committee anyway.
Is there an option if I'm working or?
Yes,
Yeah,
it-
Yeah,
deputy.
the deputy chair.
Yeah.
If there's no other nominations, so nominations for deputy chair?
oh,
I'm not-
Not on the
He's
committee.
Oh, I've jumped ahead one, ignore me.
Well, if I'd like to propose
Deputy chair.
Deputy.
Oh dear,
No.
deputy chair.
You.
Right, 40 slip.
Is there,
Okay.
we'll keep getting through it, deputy chair, so there's no other, councillor Scholes nominating himself, any other nominations? Councillor Scholes, thank you. All right, we're getting through them now. The State Significant Development Committee, councillors Bailey, Douglas, myself, Dunn, McNeil, Marshall, Scholes and Ward. Do all those councillors accept their nomination?
Yeah.
Any further nominations for that committee? The State
I'd like that
Significant
myself.
Development, councillor Hartley. That, or if there's no further nominations, I'll put that, all those in favour? Against, thank you. I'll call for nominations for the chair of that committee.
I mean, I'd like to nominate you.
I accept that.
for significant.
Any further nominations? That, I accept that. Any nominations for deputy chair? Councillor Marshall was first.
Councillor Hartley.
Councillor Hartley.
Yeah, I'll accept.
Any further nominations? McNeil, councillor, you accept?
No, I think it's good we.
Okay, he doesn't accept, so we have councillor Hartley. Any further nominations? No, there's no further. Councillor Hartley. Deputy chair, okay. Muswellbrook Sport and Rec Committee, again, there's no limit to these committees, but they're our committees. Councillors Hartley, McNeil, Marshall and Scholes. The 4 nominees, all those 4 all accept Muswellbrook Sport and Rec. Okay, any further nominations?
Maroon and white.
Any further? I'll put that, all those in favour? Done. Now I'll have, again, chair and deputy chair, call for nominations for the chair of that.
I'd like to nominate Dave Hartley or Councillor Hartley.
Councillor Hartley, any further nominations?
Who I was nominating.
Okay, councillor Hartley
Thank you.
is the chair. Nominations for deputy chair.
I'd like to nominate councillor McNeil.
Councillor Neil, accept. Any further nominations? Thank you, councillors. We can through it really well.
It's happening too easy.
We might have been early on. Devon Sport and Rec, councillors Barry, Hartley, McNeil, Marshall and Ward have all nominated for that. They all accept that nomination. Any further nominations for Devon Sport and Rec? I'll put that then. All those in favour? Any against? Chair, nominations for the chair of that, councillor Marshall. Councillor Barry, yeah. Any other nominations for that? Councillor Barry, I declare the chair and deputy chair. Councillor Ward, he accepts that. Any further? Councillor Ward, thank you very much. Muswellbrook Bypass Advisory Committee. Councillors Barry, myself, Dunn, Hartley, Marshall, Scholes and Ward. Any further nomination? Sorry, do they all accept the nomination?
Yeah.
Yes, any further nominations? I'll put that, all those in favour? Thank you. Nominations for the chair of that. Nominations for the councillor Dunn. Any further nominations for the chair? Councillor Scholes. Deputy chair.
I'd like to nominate myself. Nomination.
Okay, any further nominations? Councillor Marshall.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. The Aboriginal Cultural Inclusion Committee, we have some further work to do on that, so we have a little bit more consultation to do with stakeholders in that. So we won't go to committee 9 tonight. It's actually a reference group. We won't go there tonight. We'll deal further and report back to council when that consultation is done. Statutory committee, so Local Emergency Management Committee, nominated Councillor Marshall. Councillor Marshall accept?
Yeah.
Any further nomination? Don't need to vote. Thank you. Muswellbrook Shire Bushfire Management Committee, Councillor Marshall again. You accept any further nominations? Councillor Dunn. Any further nominations? Thank you. Okay, we'll vote all those, Councillor Marshall and Councillor Dunn for the Muswellbrook Shire Bushfire Management Committee. All those in favour? Any against?
Yeah,
Number one.
only one position. But
Okay, anyone, all right.
told you.
Okay, we'll put that in. All, we'll vote as they're written. So this is we can only have one rep, I apologise for that. One rep, so Councillor Dunn and Councillor Marshall are the two nominees, so I put all those in favour of Councillor Marshall being the rep.
Hey, Jerry. Hey, Jerry.
The mayor.
Thanks.
Okay,
Yeah.
Councillor Dunn's withdrawn.
Oh.
Nobly, I might add.
Thank you very much.
Councillor Marshall. Rural Fire Service. Again, we have one Councillor Marshall, Councillor Dunn. So we have to, Councillor Marshall, do you?
I do.
Councillor Dunn? You do? Okay, well, as in the order they are, Councillor Marshall and Dunn. All those in favour, Councillor Marshall? Last to vote, all those
Gee,
in favour, Councillor Dunn? I think the numbers might have got you, Councillor Marshall.
I think that's maybe.
I mean, numbers are pretty.
Can't be too greedy,
So that's Councillor Dunn. Thank you. There's two, this is the Muswellbrook Local Traffic Committee. And there's Councillor Hartley, McNeil, Marshall and Ward nominated, 4 nominees. First of all, I asked them, do they accept the nomination? Would everyone accepts?
How many are we allowed on that?
There's
One,
2.
one.
I'll withdraw then.
Excuse me, sorry, we skipped yes.
We missed that there. Yeah,
Committee.
Can I say it
Oh,
wasn't?
sorry, they're no longer me. No longer exists, I apologise, it shouldn't be on papers. Not in mine. Muswellbrook Shire Local Traffic Committee, so we have, who, someone withdrew? Did you withdraw?
You've got 4, haven't you?
I've got 4 for 2
2
spots.
jobs. I'll withdraw.
Councillor
Can I
Neil.
just talk to myself for that or not? Because I was on that committee and I've got a bit to do there, so I'd really like to be nominated. Elected, sorry.
Yeah.
So we have 3 positions.
Just like the go for those.
Yeah, Councillor Hartley, Councillor Marshall and Councillor Ward, and we'll vote in that way. For the traffic committee, all those voting for Councillor Hartley. 3. All those voting for Councillor Marshall.
I was supposed to vote for
All
myself.
those voting for Councillor Ward. Hang on, something's gone wrong.
Yeah, I
You're
can
voting for
vote.
2 positions.
How to count?
Again.
Sorry, never again. Apologise, that was I should say, you can only vote once. Councillor Hartley, all those, Councillor Hartley, 2, 3, 4.
I remember that time.
Councillor Marshall. 6. And Councillor Ward,
Doesn't need enough to be me to be defeated.
3. So Councillor Hartley and Councillor Marshall will be on that committee. AGL Macquarie Dialogue. There is only one person on that AGL Macquarie Dialogue. Councillor McNeil, Councillor Marshall and Councillor Stoll.
I'd like to take my name off, please.
Councillor Marshall is off. So we've got Councillor Scholes, Councillor McNeil.
Mr Mayor, I'm still, I guess, looking for some advice in terms of conflict of interest.
Then
Okay.
Do we have someone who wants to offer that? Derek, would you like to?
No, we can't.
It's only
can't
you,
give
you're the
advice
only
in
one who can
regards
make that
to.
decision.
Yes.
For this committee, we generally get a presentation from AG or Macquarie on where they're up to in their transition on the site. A lot of the information is actually public knowledge or becomes public knowledge after this meeting because they end up printing a newsletter that gets circulated broadly in the community. Occasionally there will be confidential items that they ask us not to refer on to other people until they have made an announcement. I think that's sometimes because they're listed on the stock exchange. There's never been anything put to that committee where we voted. So if that gives you some sort of idea, it's more a communication liaison. We put forward our concerns as committee members and ask them to do things, but we've never really voted.
Thank you very much.
Good. So Councillor McNeil and Scholes. Currently for that committee. Councillor McNeil, you accept your nomination?
Thank you.
Councillor McNeil and Scholes has one position, so we'll vote in that order. Yep. All right, so what we're voting for, first of all, is the representative. Then there's an alternative, of course, so both councillors will get a gig, but we'll vote for the representative now. So this is the representative. And we'll vote in order as they're written. All those in favour as being the representative for Councillor McNeil.
What have I looked at you?
no.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
they don't understand.
Councillor McNeil's the delegate, Councillor Scholes is the alternate delegate. We go on to committee number 15. There's only one list, but one and an alternate. So we have councillors Dunn, Hartley, McNeil and Marshall nominated.
I have to withdraw because of the conflict of interest.
Okay.
Again, I think we've got a number of these. Sharon, about have a son or a relative, someone work at the mine. What restriction do you see that was put on nomination?
I expect mine are most things that the committee members are hearing. Again, I've never experienced a time where we've been asked to vote on things. And mostly the minutes of the meeting are published on their website. If there's anything confidential at the meeting, they will advise us and they will advise us that we can't share that information.
I'm not saying
Okay, thank you. This is Dunn, Hartley, McNeil and Marshall. So we want to all those accept?
Yep.
Yep. Okay, we'll vote in order. So this is for the representative now. Just the representative will go through. So for the representative, this is obviously the usual attendee. So first of all those who will vote for Councillor Dunn. Councillor Hartley. Councillor McNeil. And Councillor Marshall. You can't vote. Councillor.
Come back twice.
Look, I knew I was.
We're out, mate. We're out.
I just tried to get you one. I'll give you a vote.
Well, we've got two councillors. So we're only voting now, councillor, again for council, there was two that obviously votes didn't count. So we're going to go again. All those, so only councillor Dunn and Hartley now we're voting for. But McNeil and Marshall are excluded. So we vote all those in favour of councillor Dunn. All those in favour of councillor Hartley. Okay, councillor Hartley and councillor Dunn is the alternative.
Yeah.
Dartbrook Coal, again, same thing, representative and delegate, councillors, we need, there's representative and alternate. Bailey, Marshall and Scholes all accept the nomination.
No.
They do. Okay, well, in that case, first of all, we'll vote again in order. So this is for the representative to Dartbrook Coal. So all those in favour of councillor Bailey, raise their hand. All those in favour of councillor Marshall? 3. And councillor Scholes. Happy right with 5.
You vote for yourself.
5, 3, 3. Did you vote for
I
yourself?
forgot about myself.
Put that again. All those in favour of councillor Bailey? I've got a feeling there might be an extra one here. All those in favour of councillor Marshall? And all those in favour of councillor Scholes? So forth. So we declare councillor Bailey as the representative and councillor Scholes as the alternate. Liddell Coal Consultative Committee, we need just a representative. We have an alternate for that. So we'll have, yeah. Councillors Douglas and Marshall. So here we'll vote now for the representative, and of course the other one will be the alternate. All those, and again as they're listed, councillor, all those. So this is committee 17, Liddell Coal Consultative Committee. All those in favour of councillor Douglas. Councillor Douglas, all those, you don't need to vote. Councillor Douglas is the representative. Councillor Marshall is the alternate.
Was that the Liddell Coal one?
Liddell Coal.
Committee number 8.
Seventeen.
Oh, right, sorry.
So committee 18, Mangoola Consultative Committee. We have councillors Bailey, so we need again a representative and an alternate. We have councillors Bailey, Dunn, Hartley, Marshall and Ward. Do they all accept nomination?
I'll withdraw from that one.
Councillor Hartley will withdraw. All other councillors accept?
Yeah.
Okay, what we'll do first is we'll vote for the representative as we have been. So in order as they're listed as well, all those in favour of councillor Bailey. Councillor Dunn. Councillor Marshall. And councillor Ward. Councillor Ward gets excluded. We're only voting for councillor Dunn and Marshall now. Councillor Bailey is the representative. Councillor Dunn and councillor Marshall are the alternates. We'll do that in that order. All those for the alternate for Mangoola, all those voting for councillor Dunn. Councillor Dunn's the alternate. Thank you very much. Mount Arthur Coal. To be myself, councillor Dunn, McNeil and Marshall. All those accept for Mount Arthur Coal.
Sorry, excuse me, Mr. Bennett, you said you accepted that one. Are you not a representative on board?
Not consultative committees, no, only council committees.
Thank you.
I will accept that and I will nominate myself as the representative on that committee. Any other nominations for the representative? And will you declare yourself, Stephen? The alternate rep, so councillors Dunn, McNeil and Marshall are the alternate rep. We'll do that in that order. So for the alternate rep for Mount Arthur Coal, all those voting for councillor Dunn. Councillor Dunn is the alternate. Votes of three.
Left.
Councillor Dunn. Mac Energy, so Mount Pleasant, councillors Douglas, Dunn and Marshall. They all accept. Any further nominations for Mac Energy? Okay, in this order, we will call for nominations for the representative again. So the main representative to Mac Energy, council, all those voting for councillor Douglas. For the representative. All those voting for councillor Dunn for the representative.
Consider it
Okay.
shot.
And all those voting for councillor Marshall. The representative, I declare that the representative is councillor Douglas. Now, we have the alternate representative now between councillor Dunn and councillor Marshall. So this is, again, we will vote. This is obviously just for the alternate. So all those, and what were the votes for these two? I declare councillor Marshall, sorry, for the alternate rep.
Thank you.
No, the same, sorry.
Then, okay.
Muswellbrook Coal Consultative Committee, councillor Marshall and councillor Scholes, again, there'd be a rep and an alternate rep, both councillors accept. Okay, we'll vote now for the representative. So all again in order, councillor Marshall and councillor Scholes, all those voting for councillor Marshall to be the representative for Muswellbrook Coal. All those for councillor Scholes. Clear councillor Scholes and councillor Marshall, the alternate. Maxwell Coal. Councillors Marshall and Ward are the only two nominees. So what we'll do is the representative in that same order, Marshall and Ward. I'll put all those voting, sorry, both accept nominations. Any further nominations? I'll put that in that order. All those for councillor Marshall for Maxwell Coal, the rep. All those for councillor Ward. Declare councillor Ward the representative and councillor Marshall the alternate. We're getting there. We're not far away. We're going to get
You want.
these are all, so all these are grouped together. So I'll just vote. It's the mayor and the legislation dictates the mayor and the general manager. So that's we're now voting for the community funding investment committees. That needs to be here, but we do need to. And all the way through to, for all of them, there's 6 in total, 7 in total. We'll put that to a vote. Anyway, it's the mayor and the general manager are the two nominations. Any questions? Comments? All those in favour? Thank you. Declared unanimous. We'll then move on to the last couple. Arts Upper Hunter. So those are external committees. There's only one nomination at the moment. Councillor Dunn, do you accept? Is there any further nominations for the Arts Upper Hunter? Good. I declare councillor Dunn elected. Local Health Advisory Committee has one to be nominated. We will have an alternate here as well. Councillor Bailey, Douglas, Dunn, Hartley and Ward have nominated. Do they all accept?
No.
Councillor Ward doesn't. Councillor Dunn doesn't. So councillors Bailey, Douglas and Hartley all accept. Okay. We need, in this order, we'll vote for the representative and then the alternate. So Bailey, Douglas and Hartley in that order. So all those voting for councillor Bailey to be the representative, this is on the Local Health Advisory Committee. All those for councillor Bailey. Okay. All those for councillor Douglas. And those for councillor Hartley. I declare councillor Bailey the representative and councillor Douglas the alternate. Upper Hunter County Council Leads Authority. There's 2 representatives and 2 nominated. Both accept.
Yeah.
Any further nominations? I'll put that to us. We'll all those in favour? Any against? Thank you, Councillor McNeil and Councillor Marshall. The Joint Regional Planning Panel will go out to, it is a committee, it'll be a member of the community, will go out and will advertise that position. I understand that they last the term of the council term, so they're now expired. They now need to go out to nomination again to a community member. The council will do that. They'll advertise that, and there are some parameters around some qualifications you need to have that are set by the government, not set by us. We'll do that. The HJO, of course, is myself. We've already met the general manager and I once. We'll meet again next week, the week after, I think, again for that. But we'll put that. So this is for the HJO, just authorising the mayor to attend the HJO Of course, I think in my absence, I can nominate someone anyway. But so all those in favour of the mayor being nominated for the HJO?
Yep.
Any against? Declare that unanimous.
Excuse me, Mr Mayor, is the JRPP coming back to us at the next council meeting?
Yes, will. Oh, well, what we'll have to do, Councillor Neil, there's a period you've got to put it on exhibition for.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't mind betting it won't come back to the next one. It won't be till
January.
February now. We don't have meeting in January yet.
If mayor can't attend this meeting, then the deputy mayor or any
But
other councillor, the
Deputy Mayor.
Hunter join.
the Hunter joint, yeah, will be the deputy mayor or
And
and Councillor Mahajan, generally, it depends on what topic they're talking about. It might be energy they might be talking about. For example, Councillor Neil might be the most appropriate. Depends what they're talking about on that day. Because they do have different speakers and the like. So certainly if I can't attend. Okay. So we've now been through the whole process.
Just one more.
Transfer?
Transfer.
No, sorry, it's gone. It's no longer, yeah, it's now gone to transcript.
Jeffrey, the one that, I'm just confused, the one that Councillor Douglas and Councillor Marshall got voted up for. We didn't vote a second time for Councillor Brown.
No, because the numbers were right.
That was the numbers.
All right.
Yeah,
That was 6,
7, 5, and then, or 7, 4, and whatever, just wasn't enough numbers
4 or 6.
to make it to get it on the same.
I trust you. I don't know. I'm just confused.
That's you.
Yeah.
Representative first. and then
Yeah.
all kinds.
Okay, so 10.3.2, so this is election, this is now obviously authorising everything we've just done. The 10.3.2, the election to council committees and delegate positions. So that we resolve on the motion that 1, the committee structure be endorsed, it's been through that. 2, elections by show of hands be held for council positions on the committees. 3, the chair and deputy chair be elected for the committees. 4, the appointment of councillors to committees and delegate positions be approved to September 2028. And 5, there's a 5, expressions of interest be called for the community representative on the joint regional planning panel. Is there someone want to move that way?
Yes.
Councillor Douglas, Councillor Marshall, Councillor Mahajan, any discussion? Any comment? I put that, all those in favour? Any against, to declare it unanimous? Thank you, councillor, it's a bit of a,
Pretty smooth.
well, we get through, but we got through it, and certainly thank you for the way you conducted yourselves in regards to the number of people wanting positions. I probably haven't seen it done better.
Mr Mayor, 0.5 isn't actually in the papers.
Yeah.
It's all right.
It isn't?
No, it's not. It's up there, that's all right.
Yeah. That was just to endorse to make sure we advertise the JRPP.
Just wanted to.
10.3.3, register of pecuniary interest. So result of the motion that the tabling of the register of pecuniary interest for the period 30th of the 6th, 2023 to 30th of 6th, 2024 be noted. Someone want to move that way? Councillor Barry, Councillor Marshall, any discussion? There's no further comment. I'll put that. All those in favour? Any against? Clear that unanimous. Thank you. 10.3.4, the annual report. It reads that council endorses the 2023-2024 annual report, including the audited financial statements, and 2, delegates to the general manager authority to publish the 2023-2024 annual report on council's website and to forward a link to the report to the New South Wales Office of Local Government, Minister for Local Government and the Minister for Disability Services. Have I got someone to move that way? Councillor Mahajan, Councillor Morris. Any discussion? There's no further comment. I'll put that motion. All those in favour? Any against? Clear that unanimous. Thank you. 10.3.5, small sites electricity contracting options. That council resolves to procure 100% renewable energy from small sites from the 1st of January 2025 in alignment with council's net zero strategy. Authorising the general manager to accept or decline the offers for a small site electricity contract obtained by the New South Wales Government Scheme 3062 and the prescribed agency Procurement Australia, and 3, authorises the general manager to negotiate, agree and to enter into a contract for the supply of electricity to small sites on council's behalf. Someone want to move that way? Councillor Ward, Councillor Morris. Any discussion? Any comment? If there's no questions, we'll put that. All those in favour? Any against? Thank you, councillors. 10.3.6. Presentation of the 2023-24 audited financial statements. This is information to be noted. Someone want to move that way? Councillor Scholes, Councillor Barry. Any comment? There is no discussion. I'll put that. All those in favour? Any against? Declare that carried unanimously. Thank you. 10.3.7. September 24 quarterly budget review. The council endorses the proposed changes in September 2024 quarterly budget review. Someone want to move that way?
I'll go.
Councillor Scholes and Councillor Marshall. Is there any comment? Any questions about that report? There's no questions. I'll put that. All those in favour? Any against? Thank you. 10.3.8. The monthly financial report. Again, it's council notes the financial report for the month ending 31 October 2024. Someone want to move that way? Councillor Mahajan, Councillor Hartley. Any discussion? There is no further questions. I'll put that motion. All those in favour? Any against? I declare that unanimously carried. 10.3.9. Report on investments held as at 31 October. So again, it's for noting, council notes council's investments as at 31 October 24. Someone want to move that way? Councillor Scholes, Councillor Morris. Any discussion?
Yes, I'd like to just stand up. It's just something we've discussed at council's privately in the first briefing, but I'd like to actually mention in the public forum. Congratulations to Josh and his team with regards to the quality of the reports, financial reports we get with those. We couldn't ask for more information and precise nature of the information, and also the successful game with regards to control the costs and managing costs. Congratulations. And your team. Thank you.
Any further comments? There's no further discussion. I'll put that. All those in favour? Any against? I declare that carried 10.3.9 unanimously. 10.4 Community and Economy. Arts Upper Hunter, the funding deed. You've all had time to read that funding deed now. Council resolves that it approves the attached Arts Upper Hunter funding deed to be placed on public exhibition for a period of 28 days, and 2, a further report be submitted to council for consideration of submissions received during the exhibition period. Someone want to move that way? Councillor Neal and Councillor Marshall. Is there any comment? Any questions? If there isn't, any further discussion, I'll put that. All those in favour? Anyone against? Unanimously carried. Thank you. 10.4.2, council grant funding.
The room, please.
Council grant funding and community engagement. I'll be as quick as I can. Council notes the information contained in the report and endorses council staff to consider options for 1, submitting an application to deliver stage 2 of the Denman Tourist Park development, which is a key infrastructure project within the Shire under the Crown Reserves Improvement Fund. The grant application will cover the construction of amenities, shower, laundry, outdoor barbecue, gate entry to the tourist park, and fencing and picnic shelters. 2, apply for funding under the club's grants category 3 infrastructure grants program, including upgrades and or renewal of assets at the Muswellbrook Aquatic Centre, Muswellbrook Regional Arts Centre, or the Muswellbrook Emergency and Community Services Precinct. 3, applying for funding under the Get New South Wales Active Grant Program, including the construction of shared paths near Muswellbrook South Public School, the Muswellbrook Hospital Precinct, Muswellbrook High School. 4, apply for funding under the Commonwealth Active Transport Fund for a shared path in Wallenby Road, linking the area, including Hunter Park and Hunter Park Family Centre, to the existing path in Skeletar, Stock Route and Ironbark Road. 5, applying for funding under the Create New South Wales Arts and Cultural Funding Program, Cultural Access Stream for a joint project with the Upper Hunter Conservatory and the Music and Arts Centre. 6 is council provides Denman Public School with a fee waiver of $305 for the staging of their presentation day at Denman Memorial Hall on Tuesday, 17 December. And 7, and lastly, council provides the Muswellbrook High School P&C with We Live Here cards to the value of $75 to be used as prizes to support their Christmas raffle. Does someone want to move that way? Councillor Dunn, Councillor Hartley. Any discussion?
I was commending staff on writing such a long motion that you had to read out.
You won't commission staff, but I'll find out who done it. Any, we're going to move in a second. Any discussion? I'll put that motion. All those in favour? Any against? I declare that carried. We better get our 2 councillors back.
I'm glad you showed me that.
10.3 Hunter Regional Conservatorium 2025 Scholarship Program. That 1, council supports the Hunter Regional Conservatorium 2025 Scholarship Program with a contribution of, that should read $33,200 to support one recipient who is a resident of Muswellbrook within a 60-minute lesson allocated from GL 075.1880.568, and 2, that the Hunter Regional Conservatorium provide details of the recipient to council once a scholarship is awarded and the report of the student's progress at the end of the scholarship. Does someone want to move that way? Councillor Dunn, Councillor Barry. Any discussion? Put that, there's no discussion. All those in favour? It's a hand. Any against? Councillor Morris back in here. There is no minutes of committee meetings. There is no notices of motion. Item 13 is councillor reports. Around the table on my left, Councillor Douglas, Councillor Scholes, Councillor Bailey, Mahajan, Hartley, Councillor McNeil, Councillor Barry, Marshall.
I the New South Wales, what's he in? He will read, give you a report on that.
Report. There you go. Nice, done. Councillor Hall. I won't report. I have reported to councillors. We'll report more globally, certainly to the public. But I do thank councillors. I do thank councillors for their certainly their time and commitment over the last 5 or 6 weeks. The onboarding program is extremely well. It's longer than it used to be. The onboarding program. So I do thank, and of course, the whole time we're onboarding people and we're going through that process, we're also doing the stuff that council do. So having all those meetings, we have started, guarantee we started 100 miles an hour. We've got lots of irons in the fire at the moment, as we need to, and I don't expect it to slow down soon. So I thank councillors certainly for their time and support that they've given me over this first 6 weeks. And we'll certainly start kicking some goals and have some announcements soon, I hope. There are no written questions. Item 14, questions for the next meeting. I'll just ask that globally. Have any councillor can stand if they've got questions for the next meeting? Thank you. I ask that item 16 is an adjournment into closed council. Someone want to move that way? Councillors Douglas and Barry. All those in favour? Any against? Thank you, councillors.
No one there? All as far as the plan?
Never there up there.
Be amazing if someone does take me.
Recording on? Okay. Thank you. We'll just read out the decisions we closed council. So 17.1 in the insurance report. Council notes the insurance coverage outlined in the attached policies and schedules was unanimously supported. 17.2, construction of a new shared park, Karula Park, Muswellbrook. Council accepts the tender submitted by Hunter Civil Proprietary Limited for contract 2024-2025-0615, construction of new shared park and drainage improvements in Karula Park, Muswellbrook, as per schedule of rates, and delegates to the General Manager authority to enter into contract for construction of new shared park and drainage improvements in Karula Park, Muswellbrook, under contract 2024-2025-0615. That motion was supported unanimously. 17.3. Council declines to accept all tender submissions received for the project stormwater drainage condition assessment 2024-2025-0621 due to all tender submissions exceeding the available budget. 2, delegates authority to the General Manager to enter into negotiations with Total Drain Cleaning Services Proprietary Limited in accordance with section 1783E of the Local Government General Regulation 2021 due to a favourable tender assessment and the availability to complete the services. 3, authorise the General Manager to enter into a contract for services on Council's behalf. And 4, request an information report be provided to the December 2024 Ordinary Council meeting providing details on the negotiation outcome. Again, that motion was unanimously supported. 17.4, wet and dry hire, 23-24-0599, trade services delegation for negotiation with additional tenderers on panel contracts. So Council has resolved that it, 1, authorises the General Manager to enter into negotiations with JR and EG Richards Proprietary Limited for onboarding the panel contract 2023-2024-0576 wet and dry hire. 2, authorise the General Manager to enter into contract negotiations with the following tenderers for panel contract 23-24-0599. 1, ARA Fire Protection Services. 2, Fit Resources Proprietary Limited. 3, Hunter H2O Holdings. 4, Safe Group Automation. 5, Trinity Solutions Proprietary Limited. And 6, Xylem Water Solutions. And 3, notes the additional tender is accepted as part of Trade Services panel contract 23-24-0599 for services to the water and wastewater operations by the General Manager. This contract will span 2 years from 1 September 24 to 31st of August 26, with a provision for a 12-month extension based on satisfactory supplier performance, potentially extending the contract to August 2027. 1, DK Plant Services Proprietary Limited. 2, EMF Group Proprietary Limited as trustee for the EMF Group Unit Trust. And 3, Alliance Automation Proprietary Limited. Again, that motion was unanimously supported. 17.5, application under undetected water leaks policy. Council approves a reduction of $7,906.50 for non-residential sewer charges as detailed in the report. Again, that 17.5 unanimously carried. 17.6, Urban and Rural Resealing Program 2024-25 was resolved that Council approves contracting Fulton Hogan to deliver Council Shire Road Resealing Program 2024-2025 and the resealing of segment 27170 on the Golden Highway as part of road maintenance Council contract for Transport for New South Wales under the contract for the provision of road resurfacing services as panel source suppliers to Muswellbrook Shire Council for the period 1 July 23 to 30 June 26, unanimously supported by councillors again. And finally, 17.7, Urban Pavement Renewal Program, that Council has approved contracting down at EDI Works Proprietary Limited to deliver Council's Urban Road Renewal Program 2024-2025 and the State Road Heavy Patching and AC Overlay Schedule Work Order 2024-2025 under the contract for the provision of road resurfacing services as panel source suppliers to Muswellbrook Shire Council for the period 1 July 23 to 30 June 2026. That was unanimously supported by councillors. And if there's nothing further from councillors, I declare the meeting closed at 7:47. Thank you, councillor.
Thank you.